Subscribe and click the notification bell to stay updated with the latest videos from School of Technology, Management and Engineering, NMIMS Indore.
Warm greetings to everyone present here. I, Shachi Malvia, on behalf of NMIMS School of Technology Management and Engineering Family Indore, welcome you all to the third season of Sunday Tech series. As we know, knowledge is of no value if you don't put it into practice. With the idea of sharing knowledge and explaining how to implement it, the students of NMIMS Indore came up with the idea of hosting a series of webinars introduced as Sunday Tech Series. The series consisted of webinars conducted every Sunday on different tech related topics and programming languages. These webinars were open to students who were interested in building their career in IT, management, etc. We are here today to start off the third session of this season of Sunday Tech series, inspired by the enormous success of the prior two seasons, which drew over 1,000 participants from all around the world. Before we move ahead, I would like to explain the flow of the event. At the beginning, we will be having a Q&A session with Mr. Abhijeet Varghese, our industry expert for today. Following this, we will be having a webinar on growing popularity of augmented reality. I request everyone to keep in mind that after the session, a feedback link will be shared in the chat box. Attendees are requested to fill it as certificates will be provided on the basis of submission forms only. Today, we have with us Mr. Abhijeet Varghese, who is an experienced creative director with a demonstrated history of working in the animation industry. He has done computer science from Lakshmipat Singhania School. He has done his bachelor in animation, interactive technology, video graphics, and special effects from Arena Animation. Mr. Abhijeet has been creative manager of Arena Animation, after which he was the creative director in Angels Creations. Skilled in both creative and HR, Abhijeet sir has also been a freelance recruiter for the last 8 years. We feel privileged to have you today with us, sir. I would now request Satvik Gupta and Ishan Jain for the further proceedings.
Thank you, Sachi. Augmented reality has been a hot topic in software development circles for a number of years. Augmented reality is a technology that works on computer vision based recognition algorithms to augment sound, video, graphics, and other sensor based inputs on real world objects using the camera of your device. It is a good way to render real world information and present it in an interactive way so that virtual elements become part of real world. Augmented reality displays superimposed information in your field of view and can take you into a new world where the real and virtual worlds are tightly coupled.
A very warm welcome to the third installment of the Sunday Tech series. We would like to thank and welcome Mr. Abhijeet Varghese in today's Q&A session, where we hope to learn more about your perspectives on several crucial questions that students frequently raise, sir.
Firstly, we would like to ask, how are you, sir?
Hi Ishan, hi Satvik, hi everyone. I'm good. How are you?
We are also great, sir.
That's great to hear, sir. So without any further ado, shall we start with the Q&A session?
Sure, please.
Also, in the meanwhile, you guys can put your questions in the chat box.
Sir, you are a creative head and industry-led expert 4.0. Could you please elaborate more upon your role there?
Right, okay. So right now I'm working as a creative head, and my job is to conceive and implement concepts and strategies in various projects and oversee them. I collaborate with account executives to obtain knowledge of clients' requirement. My team consists of project managers, animators, developers, graphic designers, and copywriters. We come up with ideas, then write and design a unique and well-crafted copy that make the client's need as well as our own. I approve, maybe reject sometimes the ideas as I see fit, provide constructive feedback to the team and purpose against the future.
That sounds really interesting, sir. Moving to the next question, sir, could you give an insight on your ongoing projects and about the technologies that you're currently using?
All right, yeah. So currently I'm working on projects for Fortune 500 companies for purpose of confidentiality. I cannot reveal the specific names of the brand. However, I can give you a gist of it. One project that I am working on currently is to improve your experience with real estate. For example, you go to see a house, you love it, but you want to explore similar options before making a final choice. With the help of augmented reality, you can scan a barcode and look at all the nearby houses that are similar, maybe on prices, maybe on square feet and requirements. You can experience being within the house without actually having to travel to all the houses. The softwares which we commonly use is Unreal and Unity for augmented reality. These are gaming engines that are very popular nowadays. If you are talking about devices, we commonly use like digital cameras, optical sensors, and GPS.
That is really fascinating to know, sir. Moving ahead, we would like to know what was your initial experience and reaction when you started your journey in this innovative field of AR?
I think there are few. Can you come again? I didn't get you properly.
Yes, sir. Sir, we would like to know what was your initial experience and reaction when you started your journey in the field of AR?
Initially, see, being in the college and everything, I was very fascinated about augmented reality because it was very advanced in culture. But as soon as I get to know about the in-core of augmented reality, I got to know that it is not sufficient, or you can say established yet. We are trying to make augmented reality as smooth and as possible nowadays, and in coming future, everything will be surrounded by augmented reality, virtual reality, and metaverse itself.
That's great to hear, sir. So the next question is, what is some basic knowledge that one needs prior to entering this innovative field of AR?
I think there are few skill sets that I see as essential, like programming, having basic knowledge of extended reality, machine learning, 3D modeling, and animations. That being said, I don't expect my whole team to know everything. They need to be expertised in their own field to come up with, a great resolution and to come up with a solution for the client requirements.
I'm sure many of us now are quite aware of how to prepare ourselves before entering into the field of AI. So, moving ahead, we would like to know, during your college days, how did you identify that augmented reality is the domain onto which you want to focus?
As I said before, like we didn't had AR in my college days. While I was graduating, we only had like designings and animations. We were not much into the immersive technologies. After I think 2014 or 2015, we come across AR, VR, and right now we are coming across metaverse itself. So if you get deep to this, you can actually, generate, or you can actually experience many stuffs inside. But yeah, for that you need to get into this field, and bringing to the forth of this field, we actually trying to make everything immersive. So we don't want our customer, or anyone to do any physical task in coming future. Everything will be on your mobile devices, as in for AR. And if I talk about VR, then it will be properly a whole new environment for you to learn or to train or to do anything. So everything will be in your fingertips. You don't have to do anything physically.
I think many of us could relate to this as we are still discovering new fields every day.
Yeah.
Moving ahead, sir, could you please give a spotlight on future career opportunities in the field of AR?
Future. Okay. See, in each and every sector, we are looking forward for the augmented reality. As if I talk about medical or real estate or any big production units, because these days any production units or any medical units are not giving them, like the physical demonstration as far as COVID is also concerned over here. So you cannot actually educate everyone on field. So making an AR app or making an AR visual or simulation, you can say, you guys can learn within your home. And as far as the industry is concerned, each and every industry is coming into AR to train their employees or to train anyone and to grow their market needs as well. So there is no bar for industry concerns these days right now.
Okay. That's really great to know, sir, as I'm sure this opens many paths in future for all of us.
Sir, the next question is by Darshika Ajmera, who would like to know what is the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality.
There's not much difference between augmented reality and virtual reality. It's they both are simulations, but the basic difference, if I say, between AR and VR is that augmented reality simulates the real world environment, whereas VR creates completely virtual environment. And augmented reality users can modulate their actions and presence in the real world, but VR users can controlled by the system itself. So
Okay.
VR basically have been, the devices are totally different. So for AR, you need a projected screen and everything, but for VR, you need headsets and controllers to interact, with your sessions.
Okay, so I think not only Darshika, but all of us have understood the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality.
Moving ahead, sir, how augmented reality applications enhance the real world?
All right. So in today's world, various industries like defense, real estate, e-commerce, fashion industries, gaming, healthcare, sports, automotives use AR. It changes the user experience completely. For example, when COVID hit, many medical courses were made online. Now, the human body is not a 2D structure, basically. So it is very complex 3D structure. For a medical student, it is very difficult to understand the relative position of things in the body by merely seeing video and pictures in the textbook. So AR enables them to see everything in the comfort of their homes and revisit it as many times as needed, and see it just as it would be inside an actual human body. This makes their work easier and engages all five senses that are crucial for effective learning.
It's quite fascinating, sir.
Moving ahead, we would like to know what type of professionals are needed to create an AR app.
Okay, so to create an AR application, we usually go for software developers and designers, and they are expected to work in the video game engine, like as I said, Unity and Unreal, and they must also be familiar with programming languages such as C++, JavaScript, and Swift as well.
I think that gave all of us a fair idea about it.
Sir, Preet Sadhwani would like to know that how augmented reality will shape the future.
Mm, like I mentioned earlier, so it has a big role in many industries. It has a potential to change the user experience completely. However, there is also another big thing we are looking at now, the development of metaverse. With the combination of these three, AR, VR, and metaverse, the world is looking at a very new age of technology these days.
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm sure that might have cleared your doubt, Preet.
Moving on, as we know, balance is a must in the fast growing environment. So, we would like to know how do you manage the pressure and stress that comes along with work?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. It is very important Do not let yourself be overwhelmed by work. Your body needs rest and proper nutrition to function well. Give it that. Don't cut corners with your health. Go to gym, meditate, cut down on the fast food, and enjoy your weekends with your friends. Work hard when you are at work, but do not mix your professional and personal time. Creating a balance is very important. You don't want to push yourself to a point where you break down. Creating healthy boundaries with your work and professionals you work with is very important.
Rightly said. I think this gave all of us an insight on how to efficiently keep a balance in our life.
So, moving to the next question, what is one thing you would want to tell your teenage self?
Mm, I wish that I started this at an early age, and it is important to tell yourself that no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, you are going to make it.
That's very true, sir.
Sir, even we have a question from our audience. If you allow, I might present it to you.
Yes, please.
So this question is by Ritvik. He says he's pursuing BCom and he would like you to explain augmented reality in brief.
Augmented reality in brief. Okay. So firstly, if you are doing a BCom sector and if you have computers like in programming, then it is very much easy for you to cope up with the technology initially. Secondly, augmented reality is something a simulation that runs with the real world, and we usually make simulations for two devices. So it's basically of cameras and the screen structures. So it can be with mobile screen or a big projected screen. If you have seen very mm, you might have seen in malls or very crowded places, they have one big projected screen, and in that particular screen there are many animations that have been played. And with the help of augmented reality, the user can actually experience themselves in the particular screen. So it's like if you have any you can say like any animal in front of your screen, so you can actually play with that animal inside the screen.
I hope that answered your question, Ritvik. With this, we come towards an end of our today's Q&A session. It was indeed a delight talking to you, sir. Your enthusiasm was distinct and your presence left the mark of motivation on the young minds.
One always needs some advice and guidance to pave their way to success, and you really helped us to make a step. We were pleased to have you today and would highly acknowledge having you again with us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you so much, sir. This questionnaire has been really helpful for all of us. Thank you, Satvik and Ishan.